Props.
Okay, so we are going live now. So
4, 3, 2, 1. We are live. Are we? Are we live?
I should be the one counting, but yeah, we are. I think we are. Yeah, it should be live now. So yeah, for 3, 2, 1, we are live. So I can start off. So what is going on, everybody? Crypto Ed here with our sponsor session with Ali Yongfei. Ali, he he was a guy behind the Facebook ads that you may have seen for this conference. And Ali has been working, he has helped a lot of businesses in just getting the great product and putting together a message just to get it out to the right audience. So, so Ali, do you want to quickly introduce yourself and tell us a bit about how to market your projects?
Absolutely. First of all, I just want to thank the CoinFest Online 2021 team for having me, for giving us the opportunity, us as an AFDB Marketing, to sponsor this event. Welcome, everybody. I don't know if I'm able to see the chats yet, but if you can hear me loud and clear, just thumbs up or just say yes in the chat. My name is Alioun. I am the founder of All for Digital Venture, AFDV Marketing. And we've been in business for a little over 3 years now. And today in this session, I'm going to tell you just a little bit about how you can market your either crypto project, NFT project, whatever you call it, the metaverse project to the market. And with that being said, let's get ready to roll. Are we ready? Just a quick question, Eddie. Are we able to ask the audience some questions and check the chat?
Most of the people are watching from the lobby, so it's gonna be hard for us to hear anything from them.
Okay, no worries.
But so I'll be searching. I'll be searching the 10 different tabs, different live streams to see if they're
awesome. You're a trooper, man. Awesome. Okay, so on the agenda for today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to talk about the difference between goals and objectives. Now, for any marketing project, so if you approach a marketing agency or if you talk to your marketing department, the first thing they're going to ask you is, okay, what do you want us to do? What are your goals and what are your objectives? Now, you give them goals and they come up with objectives, or you go with, oh, I don't know what to do. I need to get this product to market, and then they start working with you. So we're going to be talking about goals and objectives. Then we're going to talk about the most important thing any marketing person that respects the profession does are either customer avatars. The other name for it is target personas. And finally, we'll close off with the message design and delivery. Now, there's a slight difference between these two types of things. And if time permitting, if we do have some time, we'll go over and ask some questions about the island of AVAX to Mr. Crypto Ed. So let's get rock and rolling here. So just a little spiel about myself. My name is Alioun, founder of AFDB Marketing. I'm a marketing management graduate from the Canada Premier University or Institute of Technology, BCIT, out in Vancouver, BC. So any Canadians in the room, just say hello. I have a very diverse background. I don't know if you can hear it from my accent. I'm originally from Ethiopia. I grew up in Italy. I went to school in the US. I also went to school in Canada, and I'm a nomad. I'm all around the world. Right now, I'm reporting live from Tbilisi, Georgia. And I am also a serial entrepreneur. So over the cross of my lifetime, I've started businesses, failed at some, succeeded at some, and I stuck with AFDV Marketing. And that's a little bit about me. That's not the highlight of today. Today, we're going to be talking about marketing your digital assets, your NFT, your crypto project, right? So goals and objectives, big difference. A goal is what you want to achieve. An objective is how you want to achieve it. I have a few examples about them. So an example here is, let's say you are on the VC side, right? You have your project, you sorted out all the technicalities of your project. Now it works. It's a solution that solves a problem. And now you're approaching a marketing agency, you're approaching your marketing department, if it is a team or a person. And here you go. So by start of March 2022, or by the start of our launch of our ICO launch, we want to secure $3.5 million. That's the goal. And so that's basically what's going to be englobing every tactique or strategies that you're going to, that's going to trickle down. And those are called objectives. So objective one, for example, could be first step, we're going to make sure that everybody knows about your solution or your project, about your cryptocurrency. And that's called brand awareness. Once you have that brand awareness, you want to make sure that it's specific. So this is where I talked about, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, I can even call it Meta because, they changed their name pretty recently. And typically you have a set of objectives for a specific goal. So here in this example, I've just jotted down 3 objectives. Objective 2 here would be converting that traffic, right? So once you have a set number that you've targeted in your ads or in your marketing campaigns, you want to convert those traffic. So awareness is just people that have been reached by your message, and we'll get to the message in a little bit. But once they've been aware that you have a project going on, you want to convert those aware people into webinar registrations, right? So all these VCs, they need to know a little bit about your white paper, right? So what exactly your project is about. So I want to convert all that traffic into website registration. And that's an example I jotted down. And then from website registration, you will set up another campaign where you close those webinar leads. Now, leads are called, they're not your customers yet, or they're not your VCs yet, but they're your potential VCs. You've went through the process of vetting them in terms of, you asked the right questions and they fit your ideal persona. And we'll also get to that in just a little bit, but you've turned those leads into initial investors. And that's basically, in a nutshell, how a marketing campaign starts. So you have your goal, and from the goals, you generate a few objectives that you achieve one after the other. So objective 1, 2, and 3. On the user side, right? So you have your project. The VC side is one side is part of the battle, but the other side is getting your users, right? So I can't think of any example right now top of my head. I don't know if you guys have any projects in mind, but typically once you start a project, you want to make sure that you have a decent user base so that it's already attractive to your investors. Because believe it or not, if your project is good, solves a real problem, the user base is there, investors actually are going to find you. Like, the work is going to be pretty minimal as opposed to actually getting those user base. So very important here. On the user side, make sure that your goals are smart, right? So specific, measurable, realistic, attainable, realistic, and time bound, right? So here an example of a goal is getting 1 million users on your platform by March 2022. We're keeping that same date here by Q1 of 2022. And from there, again, same idea, different objectives to reach that goal, to achieve that goal. So again, what is a goal is what you want to achieve by a certain time frame, make it specific and all that stuff. Objectives are how you are going to achieve them, right? So objective 1, you want to reach 1 million unique visitors. Again, back to the reach. Twitter, Meta, and TikTok. Now I mentioned TikTok real quick because, as we're in 2021 right now. In the marketing world, we say that Facebook is for the older folks, Instagram is for millennials, and TikTok is for Generation Z or Z plus, or after them. If you actually want to maximize your reach, given the fact that it's a younger crowd, but mind you, nowadays we can find information pretty much everywhere, and information is so accessible that even the younger folks know a lot more than what we or the older generation at that age, at their age, at a younger age, would know by that time. So I would highly recommend you take a look at TikTok. It could be part of your integrated marketing campaign, just including as many channels as possible. And we'll get to that IMC, integrated marketing campaign, in a little bit as well. Objective 2, and these, by the way, are real goals and real objectives that you can jot down and and tweak with your numbers as well, to give you basically a head start on starting your project. Excuse me for that. And again, objective 2, so you want to convert all that reach, all that traffic into users, right? So you've gained their attention and you want to guide them down that funnel into your actual user base, your core user base. So that would be your objective 2. Now, how you're going to do that? It could be by testimonials, influencer marketing. There's different tactics that can trickle down from that objective 2. And speaking of objective 2 or tactics, objective 3 is another tactic that you can use, which is a referral program that works really well, and make sure that the current users that you've secured from the awareness campaigns attract even more and stay. It's kind of like a retention campaign, and so you can push that referral campaign to achieve 100x user base. So if you were able to reach 100 million people, chances are from that 100 million people, a lot of them will, just not qualify and whatnot. But if you've made a successful campaign from objective 2, you've secured 100,000 users, then that gives you a strong enough base to grow 100x or even more. So that would be, all dependent on your marketing message and delivery, but nevertheless doesn't beat the fact that it's an objective. So the whole idea about this section is to differentiate between goals and objectives. 2 different things, but very, very important. The more clear, the more specific you are with these two points, the better it is, and the faster you achieve your goals. All right. So after you've developed those goals and objectives, right, comes the point where the wheel hits the road, right? So we talk in the marketing world, we talk about target persona or customer avatars, right? And what are those? Essentially, they are fictitious. We try to make it as real as possible, but they're ideally the types of people you would like to target, or the types of users or types of VCs you would like to target in your project, right? So when you're building those, you want to build at least 4 to 5. The more, the better. But you can start with 4, 4 different ones to get started. But some questions you want to ask yourselves, are from the basics of that demographics, psychographics. So how old are they? Male, female. What type of work do they do? What sort of income bracket they're on? What sort of education they went through. But mainly, you want to ask those questions. You want to put yourself in their shoes. And ask yourself, okay, so if I were to be that user, XY user, what am I concerned in life? What are my fears? What are my desires? What are my values in life? What makes me tick? What scares me? Where do I hang out? What sort of lingo do I use? What sort of language do I need? What sort of programs or TV shows do I watch? You want to get as granular as possible, ask as many questions as possible. And typically what marketers do, they start with surveys. secondary research. So first, you would research about those kinds of people, your ideal people online. So go online and, see what millennials think about, in 2022. What are they going to do? Right now, we're all working, but there's also lots of entrepreneurs and things like that. But what is Generation Z about? So that's when you ask those questions, and I'm leaving this a little bit so that you can take some notes, but I get this from source amywright.me. And yeah, so in those personas, you basically you generate as many profiles as you can. Like I said, start with 4 different ones so that you can better craft your message for those marketing objectives that we've talked about early on. So again, the types of questions you were asked is, who's my ideal user or investor? What triggers them? What challenges do I face? And where do I hang out? And this will answer your question in terms of designing your message, designing your marketing campaign. When you saw those ads about CoinFest, what made you tick? What made you click on that sign up button? Either go on Eventbrite or Zoom. What was that word? What was, maybe it was because you saw that ad at a specific time of the day, when you were in, X type of mood, or, the things like that. So, yeah, that's the buyer personas. I'll leave some time for Q&A so that I can, because I got 10 minutes left. So yeah, personas. Now, you have your goal, you have your objectives, and you know who you're going to go after, right? You've answered those questions, you've done your research, you've done your surveys, you have a clear idea of the types of people that you want as a VC or as a user for your platform, right? And so now comes the time, or the part in your marketing journey where you are designing your message to your people. And so typically what I advise my clients is go with the AIDA model. Now, AIDA is an acronym for attention, interest, desire, action, right? Easier to remember that way. So attention, right? You start with a question that answers the what is it a question, basically. You start with an answer, right? An example of this would be, hey, as simple as, do you know about crypto? Or, if you have a project that solves a gaming problem, are you into Counter-Strike Go? Wouldn't life be better if you had this type of token to buy some skins in that video game? Things like that. That's an example. Now, you want to spend as much time as possible on that first step, because nowadays attention is the new currency, really. We have very, very limited attention time, and so the longer you grab their attention, the better off you are on the long run. So if you were to allocate your budget accordingly, you would put your most budget in that objective one, that awareness campaign, because that's all about attention. People are not so attentive these days, right? They're everywhere, especially, with all the stuff that comes up on the phone, videos, you name it, right? So you grab their attention. Once you have their attention, it's not you're not done yet. You have to grab their interest, right? So you got my attention. Now, what is this? Why would I spend any more seconds with your ad or your message? And that's where you give them a little bit of a nugget, a golden nugget, to keep them on and make them desire you, right? So keeping that framework, AIDA. So you grab their attention, you grab their interests. From interest, you make them desire you. And then finally, you ask them to take action on something. So a simple example here would be, for CoinFest, are you an NFT enthusiast? Oh, we just happen to have an event that happens to be free. If you're still interested, hey, sign up, as simple as that. Chances are it would work. Obviously, make your avatars, your different set of avatars, so that you speak their language, and you're off winning that way. So, message design. I explained briefly what the AIDA model is, but basically you want to make sure that you've understood their problem and you have the solution for them. Again, you want to speak their language. You want to make sure once they do research on you, because once they have their attention and their interest, they want to go, okay, so why should I go with you versus any other, or your competition, or why would I even bother, right? So that's when they start doing research. You want to make sure you have social proof. Social proof is basically a way for them to gain your trust, to make sure that you're not a scammer, pump and dump type of project. You want to make sure that you're the real deal, right? You're legitly legit, like I like to say. So yeah, the goal in all of that design is gaining their trust, because people do business with people they trust, not otherwise. Once you've designed that message, right? You've designed your envelope. You have to put it in the mail, right? You have to deliver that message. And this image here, it might be a little bit confusing, but this represents the customer journey throughout the day, right? So wake up in the morning, let's say the avatar you've picked is a trader, right? So wake up in the morning, checks the market. Right now I'm hearing that Bitcoin is dipping. So, they're probably freaking out, selling or holding or whatever it is, or buying on that dip. But you want to make sure that you're omnipresent, that you're everywhere. And I mean it when I say everywhere. There's this saying that goes around, marketers that say a potential buyer or a lead has to see your message at least 7 times before they actually take action. Maybe blocking that ad, clicking on not interested, or actually letting that ad go and paying attention to it, right? So it's not just one shot. Okay, they saw my video, my 15-second video for 10 seconds, I got through that attention part. No, chances are they're probably gonna have to see that video 5, 6, 7 times or even more before they actually get to that 15-second and start thinking, oh, okay. A real example for me, and this is just to show that marketing takes time to get results, but good marketing is worth it. For me, I was pretty skeptical about all this, crypto and all that stuff. And it took me a year, something around that, a year before I actually clicked on crypto.com or even started doing research on crypto.com. And, sure enough, I have an account on crypto.com. I hold some cryptocurrencies as well. But yeah, it took me a year. Yeah, 12 months. So the whole idea here in message delivery is what marketing channels are you going to use? Previously, I talked about, the metaverse. Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, and all that good stuff. TikTok, Twitter, email marketing, every touch point. A touch point is basically where your customer is at a given time. So, email is pretty big. People, they're on their phones, right? So one app that every phone has is an email. So here's a nugget of information for you there. So email marketing, definitely something to look at. Integrated marketing campaign. I've quickly talked about it earlier, but it's essentially using a different set of social media channels or different channels in general. So if you're using social media, traditional marketing like ads, radio ads, TV show ads, influencer marketing, you want to coordinate all of these, not just focus on one, but coordinate all of these to make sure that you've touched the customer all the way across their lifespan, their journey. You have to be omnipresent. You have to be everywhere, and gain their trust. That's how I trusted crypto.com. So with 3 minutes left, that went so fast. Oh my gosh. Mr. Crypto Ed, do we have any questions?
Let's see, do we have any? But yeah, we probably need to start wrapping up now because the next session is starting.
Yeah. I'm pretty much done. If there's no questions, I can briefly talk about AFDB marketing. We're in here. We're in business to empower businesses by giving them the marketing tools to thrive in the digital space. You know, everybody's on the digital world, so that's where we come into play. And we're a team of 5 passionate people, and we love to help people. We're skilled, and yeah, that's us. A few things that we do. Marketing strategy, I quickly touched upon it. We have a marketing platform made in-house. We do social media marketing, social media management. We build websites, we build mobile apps, and an offer that we have, if you are interested, just check out our website. We can do a free audit for you. So basically see where you're at. We have a free consultation. You know, it will be the first button you see on our website, where we'll go from where you are to where you want to be. We can give you some solution, as either we can do it with you or do it for you. And with that being said, we strive to empower businesses. I think we have 2 minutes left. Oh, yeah. I see a chat. Okay, 5 minutes left.
I think that's a pretty good overview on that, because I know there are a lot of people in the crypto space. They want to go beyond like being like a moon boy or trading or investor, right? They want to start building, and this is what I love about crypto, right? Crypto is a place of builders and creators, and if they want to build, like they need to know can they get traction, how can they make their product an NFT collection like sticky enough that people will consider. And yeah, really love what you share, and I think a lot of people will find a lot of value in this. So thank you, Alio.
You're welcome. You're right, Eddie. It's very important, because you know, in the crypto space, it could be very technical for some, and so here comes the marketing aspect, where you want to bridge the gap between your solution and the crowds, the masses, right? So how do you bridge that? With the right marketing. And hopefully out of this session, I was able to give you some insight, and at least, you know, get the ball rolling on your side, you the investor, you the project, or you the project owner or the entrepreneur, to get the ball rolling so that you can deliver that solution to the masses.
All right, thank you. So we're going to wrap it up now. So next up, for housekeeping, for next session, we are going to do a session on best practices in the crypto space. So whether you're new or you've been around for a while, this next session is going to be on like what to watch out for and what are some of the best practices you can do. And I'll be presenting this, so you'll be hearing a lot of tricks and secrets that I've been going by to get to where I am today. So I'll see you